Well, another massive rail strike is hitting the UK, and it could impact fans attending a Beyoncé concert. My word. And England's FA Cup final, one of the biggest soccer matches of the year. Tens of thousands of employees are demanding higher pay and better working conditions. Our Ramy Inocencio is in London with this Friday's MoneyWatch International. Ramy, we have been talking about strikes, for months now, and then we just sort of stopped talking about them. Clearly, there's no resolution.
Yeah, clearly no resolution, Henry. And we've actually been talking about rail strikes for an entire year now. It was June of last year when they first started, and these new strikes just happened to coincide with Beyoncé tomorrow, the FA Cup, which is England's oldest football competition, and then there's the Epsom Derby, which is a famous horse racing event. A lot of things happen to be going on right now, and an estimated 20,000 train station staff and train guards are now on strike. And in terms of the real feel, that means just about half of the country's trains are running. I was checking Twitter earlier, and commuters were saying that they were going to buy bus tickets to get in and out of London. Some were even cycling up to 50 miles to get into London. Others getting ready to pay more for Uber and Lyft on the roads that even just outside of CBS here are getting clogged. Some were even selling the tickets that they have to all those events we were just talking about. And tomorrow, the train drivers go on strike. That's after they shot down an offer for more money, a 4% pay rise this year, another 4% pay rise next year. They say it's just not enough because of inflation there.
Oh, man, I can just imagine the frustration. So as a parent, and you're a parent too, I'm thinking about people who have to depend on public transportation to get their kids around. Oh, my goodness. So meantime, in China, they're sort of dealing with another issue. It's sort of interesting. Millions of college graduates in China, they're getting out of school, they're hoping to find a job. The country has published new data that actually acknowledges record youth unemployment. I have to say acknowledges because sometimes you don't always get a clear picture of what's going on in China. What's causing this and what's been the reaction?
Yeah, you're right. It is surprising that they've actually said there is a problem here. And you know, in China, competition for jobs, let alone good jobs, was already fierce for decades. China has millions of graduates joining the workforce every year, but we have to look to COVID. It shut down state-owned factories, and then private companies downsized. Many of those blue-collar jobs and then those white-collar jobs, too, just haven't come back. And now this data has come out. More than 20% of Chinese youth, about 20.4% actually, between the ages of 16 and 24 can't find a job. Put another way, that's more than 1 in every 5 people in that age range. It's a record, 4 times bigger than the country's overall jobless rate at just over 5%. And looking ahead, if this does not go unchecked, this can cause social and political issues, which, of course, we know Beijing, the Communist Party, fears. It doesn't want that. They don't want another youth generation frustrated or even angry at government policy decisions. So there's a push from Beijing to China's provinces. They're telling universities that they have to help students look for jobs. They have to counsel them on how to cope, potentially go back to school for a second diploma, or maybe even look for jobs in the countryside, which is what the president has been telling people to try to do.
And then just out overnight, in travel news, the U.S. government has fined British Airways more than $1 billion. It's linked to refunds that American passengers should have gotten because of flight cancellations and changes. This is sort of surprising to me because I was always under the impression that Europe was way ahead of the U.S. when it came to passenger rights and compensation and all that sort of stuff. So what's been going on?
Sure. I think when you compare Europe versus the United States, it is better, but clearly not by much, especially, again, this harkens back to COVID here, because if you tried to get in touch with British Airways between March of 2020 and November of 2020, those several months there, you probably had a hard time getting through to an actual human being. The U.S. Transport Department alleges that BA didn't keep its phone lines manned adequately, that it got more than 1,200 complaints about BA not following through on refunds. But of course, BA says that it did act lawfully, that it issued somewhere in the order of like 5 million refunds since COVID hit. But the U.S. government says that it hopes that this massive fine is going to be a deterrent to other airlines trying to do the same thing. But, you know, this just comes just a couple weeks after the Biden administration, you'll remember, said that it wants better protections for U.S. passengers on the order of not just refunds, but meal vouchers, hotel accommodations, as well as ground transport if those airlines do get canceled. But, you know, one can only hope. I know that I am actually waiting on refunds from an airline that will not be named here because we're not talking about that one. But yeah, I've sort of given up hope, actually.
Really? Oh, my goodness. Ramy, thank you very much.
Yeah, you bet.